tooth cog, 14 cog.
Looks like a 32.
Yeah. I have to go a little bigger in the front.
Yeah, so when you get in that
I
conundrum,
top out.
so when you're here,
What's with the bottom bracket?
come down here.
That bottom bracket shell looks bizarre.
That is funky.
Almost.
I've never seen that before.
That's because it's an e-bike.
Oh.
That's my motor.
Oh.
Okay. I was going to say, it looks
It's not
big enough to be
turned
a
on,
motor.
but that's why it looks that way.
So there's no extra drag with it or anything when it's not on?
No, it's just heavy as shit. Oh, sorry, I mean it's just heavy. It weighs like 30 pounds.
Wow, wild.
So I get a better workout.
I remember when Shimano came out with cranks that the crank would move but the chain ring wouldn't. I don't remember what their idea was with that.
Yeah, I've never had my chain do that before. I gotta take it back.
So did it just get stuck in a cog or it dropped off the chain ring?
It dropped off and caught right in here, and I think it did have to do with it coming over and not coming over when I downshifted the last time, because I had just downshifted to go through the gate. And when I downshifted it,
The hurricane headed that way, so she ended up in Turks and Caicos. Not a bad.
So where's the battery live for the system?
I go, that's not
underneath?
bad.
it's dirty. What?
Where's the battery live for the?
In the inside.
Okay, so there's a panel
It's
under here
internal.
somewhere. Yeah, I feel something under there.
Yeah. That's old goo. I tire when I.
Are you renting a bike when you go to Europe, or are you taking your
No, I'm
bike?
gonna take my road bike.
Do you have a hard case?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's kind of big.
The key, depending on your airline, 50 pounds. 50 pounds.
No, I'm gold on United.
So you're 70.
Yeah.
Then don't worry about it.
Yeah. Plus they do bikes.
Yeah, we use United
Yeah.
for that reason. They don't hassle
British
us.
Airways used to be really good. You'd roll your bike up and all they want you to have your water bottles empty, air out of the tires, and two guys would come out with a big plastic tube and just slide your bike inside of it, and one would grab each end and walk it into the hole. And when you get to the other end, they walk it back out to you, you air up your tires, roll out the door.
Not like that anymore. Bikes, a lot of airlines, man, they look to penalize you for bikes.
Yeah, I looked that up.
Yeah,
So
I always tell people, I go, be extra nice. I go, because if they break out that tape measure, you're in trouble.
That's why when I was asking you about the MetroLink thing, I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean length? How does a hand cycle, a handicapped person deal with that? Or a wheelchair
yeah,
person?
because they don't allow tandems.
Yeah. Well, they don't allow these
They
either.
don't.
Too long.
Well, they have that one area for the surfboards.
Yeah, but they're not for surfboards anymore. And if it exceeds that length, that's what they don't want.
Yeah, I got a lady on the phone, and she was really solid that if it measures more than XYZ inches, it's a no-go. I don't care what it is. I go, even for a handicapped person, isn't that discriminating? No, it doesn't matter. Like, okay.
I think it's one of those things.
Because
It's like airlines. I go, look, we have rules of how to travel with your bike. Rule 1, don't call the airline. Rule 6, don't call the airline. Rule 10, don't call the airline. Don't call the airline. Because the second you say, oh yeah, I'm bringing my bike, okay, they're going to flag your ticket.
yeah.
And the second you get there, they're like, oh, you're a problem child. Okay, we got to hit you with some overcharges.
I think the problem is too is that not every train has a bike car. Then you have to put it
Metro
in those
does.
areas. No, they don't. I ride the train.
See, every time I've ever ridden a train, there's
one that
nobody
goes-
else on
The one that
board.
goes from Oceanside to here, they all have bike cars. The one in LA, no. The one in LA, no.
There's sometimes I get the one. Well, of course, that only goes to Laguna Niguel. I have to change to go to Oceanside. That one sometimes doesn't have it.
I've never not had one with a bike car.
Oh, I have lots.
Maybe it's different during the week than the weekends.
Maybe
Maybe they throw the bike car on during the
on
weekends.
the weekends because more people are out.
Yeah.
Because I go during the week.
I've never
In
gone
Europe,
during the week.
every
I'm thinking
train
about
has a
that.
bike car.
Because I get them and then I get irritated. Because then if there's 2 or 3 of us, we have to find a car where there's no bikes that we can put
Well,
them in
they've been
those.
testing the trains over by me and Laverne. 'Cause
That's so exciting.
They're extending the gold line finally.
Yeah.
That's going to be nice.
Well, then we can.
Where
manage
will
to
you
get
be able
logs
to
from
go
there.
with that?
Well, the gold line right now starts in Azusa and goes all the way to downtown LA, to Union. And so then they're extending it out to Glendora, San Dimas, Laverne, Claremont. And so it's going to basically connect multiple rail lines together. So what's nice, Maria, you got another follower. He's stalking you, man.
Scary.
Huh?
Don't
I
Well,
worry.
he comes, someone comes up there and he goes,
I'll
"Oh,
tell
I
you
follow
about
you on
the
Strava,"
conversation
and then he goes, "Look here, I got you."
Wow.
It's like I just like
Got you
He
memorized.
goes, "Where do you live?" And I'm like, he goes, "Where do you live?" I'm like, "Ah,
Waiting for Poppy.
I gotta go now." And then right now, Maria, like he's my best friend. I've known him all my life.
Hey, Maria, I hear you got an Oakland connection. What?
Did you hear? Did you see my face? I was like,
I hear you having a barbecue at the...
I know.
What's your address?
No, I think he probably figured out how to get my address already. Like, I feel like it's possible.
Right.
Weird.
Nice.
So how'd you feel coming out here?
Hmm?
How'd you feel coming out here so far?
I was working a
Yeah?
little bit.
Yeah. I tried to keep it kind of tame. I check every now.
17. We averaged 17.
Yeah.
Maria says we're doing over 24 at one point.
Yeah, we hit 26. So
My Garmin's not working, so I can't tell.
What's
I
the matter
just
with
know
it? Just not charged?
No, I charge it. It's been acting up.
Oh.
I turned it off this after I charged it because it was
Is
still
it
on.
an old unit?
Hmm?
Is it pretty old?
Yeah, it's
Couple.
5 years old.
Oh yeah, batteries are probably going.
It's not the battery though.
No?
The battery will only hold the 80, but that's fine. I usually don't use more than that. But the problem is this on-off switch. Sometimes I turn it off and I see the little circle thing, but then it turns back on, and then my battery's drained. That's what happens.
Have you contacted Garmin to see if they'd be interested in taking a look at it? And
No, I want one of those new ones that just came out.
what's the new thing? What's the hot?
Stay in the back.
1050. What?
Stay in the back until you're sure about your chain.
Thanks.
I just don't want you to lock
You don't want
up
it to
with
be a
five.
squirrel moment?
I don't want you to lock up with 5 of us behind you.
Maria now yells at all the squirrels when they go through one.
I know. I'm like.
She watched me
"Squirrel,
kill a
Eileen."
squirrel. But I didn't take out the pace line.
Eileen is cold as ice. She's got ice in her blood.
What does that mean?
Eileen,
Why? What'd
we
you do?
were in a big fat pace line, 9 or 10 people, right?
Yeah.
On a century.
Yeah.
And we're coming down, and I see him sitting on the sidelines looking at us, and I thought, oh shit! And he ran right to
Right
Eileen's
there.
Oh, a
back
squirrel?
tire, and I got the full visual crunch. I heard everything, saw everything, and the whole
Oh,
way I
that was
thought
a
he was gonna
rabbit.
puke.
No,
it was
no,
a squirrel.
You tore him up.
Oh, that's the one you
Sparky Mark
Tore him into
sent a
pieces?
picture of it.
He said rip Sparky and sent a picture. So gross.
Oh.
The worst
Yep.
ones are the mountain bike ones where they hit the front wheel, then they come around and blank.
That reminds me of one time I was coming down Glendora Ridge Road. There was about 5 of us. And I see this pace line of tarantulas crossing the road. And I'm figuring I'm going to go around the front of them because they're not quite across the road. And as I go off around the front of them,
Car.
they all leap into the air. And they,
So now I'm gonna have a dream about that.
they go right into my spokes and just splatter all the guys behind me.
Oh.
It was like, it was weird. It was like a suicide mission or something, you know?
Oh.
They all just went, bloop,
It's like those,
Flat it out.
It's like those giant ass spiders they have in Australia.
Yeah.
And people are like, there's this giant spider in their bathroom. It's like, burn the house down, move. Just move.
It's like those flying foxes in Australia, up in Cairns, up in Queensland.
So the,
Suckers, their bodies are this big. They hang in the trees.
well, they have,
Oh,
they
the
have
fruit.
the
You're
giant
talking about the
bats
fruit
in
bat, fruit
Australia
bat.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're literally
Some
just
of them are
the
like 4
size-
feet tall.
That's
They're the
yeah.
size of a dog.
Yeah.
Flying foxes. They're not even
Yeah,
bats.
yeah.
They're
Well,
too big.
I was the first time I went to Australia. I was with the truck drivers, and so we were Airbnb-ing it. And so we get this one Airbnb, and I go, "Oh, good, they have a barbecue." I go out onto the porch, right? And it was a wooden porch, and they had all these slats, and I just saw like 50 spiders go down the whole. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't going out there.
Oh, no way.
Like, no, I'm not going down that way. I'm not. What happened to Eric? Oh, he died in Australia. He got bit by a spider.
They say there's a lot of things in Australia that can take you out. That's for sure.
You know, and I was just thinking that would give me nightmares. I made the big mistake on Thursday night of watching the Lacey Peterson documentary.
I haven't
Oh, yeah, it's
seen it
coming
yet.
out.
Don't watch it before you go to bed. Like,
Really?
oh my god, I just had bad dreams about people hacking me up and killing me and drowning
Yeah,
me. Like,
that's
go
hard.
out in a rowboat or something.
yes, you
Like,
freaking
dump the
anchored
body.
her body. Oh my god, like, and this whole family's like, nope, we know he didn't do it.
Oh.
The evidence is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, there's
He bought
no.
the cement. He bought the boat.
He made the anchors.
Yeah.
There's her hair is wrapped up in one of the anchors. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Well, didn't
Damn.
it turn out that she was pregnant too?
Yeah.
oh, she was 8 months
She was 8
pregnant. It
months.
didn't
Oh.
turn
Wow.
out. Like, that was the whole point.
Yeah.
He didn't want to
He
be a
didn't want
father.
either one of them.
Wow.
That's wild.
God, so sad.
So did they electrocute him or what?
Not
No,
yet.
he-
He is. They,
No,
he
as a
did
matter of
get
fact, they rescinded the death penalty on him.
Wow.
Oh, they rescinded it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They redid.
Should bury, coat his ass with honey and bury him in an anthill
but
with
now
his
they're
head
trying
sticking
to
out.
Do it back again.
You know what? As long as his ass rots in jail the rest of his life.
I don't want to have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ruined more than a meal, man.
Suffer him hard and just get it over with.
He's just so oh my god, the narcissist. And they kept saying things like, you know, the weirdest thing is he didn't fear the
Okay, now I
consequences.
need to go to the bathroom.
Alright.
And I was like, yeah, that's narcissist 101. They don't see consequences.
Yeah, they
They're
have
not
no
worried
reflective-
About 5 minutes in front of their face.
Yep, no reflective capabilities at all.
Gosh. Anywho. Might as well park it for a minute.
We're still waiting on the other fella to come out of the lot.
Sorry, Erskine. This is kind of
That's okay.
how we roll sometimes.
Yeah,
Try not to leave a man behind.
no man left
So the
behind.
story on Poppy is he's been on vacation for a long time this summer. He's a strong writer, but he